So today we're going to talk about the volume of a cube or a rectangular prism. To find the volume of a cube or a rectangular prism, all you have to do is find the length times the width times the height, and that will equal the volume. So let's take a look at our first rectangular prism. So all of our sides are labeled in centimeters. That means that we won't be measuring volume in gallons here. We're going to be measuring the volume in cubic centimeters again. So coming back to our algorithm, length times width times the height equals the volume. So our length here is 6 centimeters. 6 centimeters is the length from this side to this side. And our width is 4. I know that 6 times 4 equals 24 centimeters. So 6 times 4 equals 24. But now I need to multiply that number by the height. So 24 times 4. Well, 24 times 4 equals 96. I know that 25 times 4 is 100, so 4 less than that must be 96. So the volume for this shape is 96 cubic centimeters cubed. Okay, so now let's look at a more complex shape. This one we may have to break up into separate prisms. So here is 2 rectangular prisms connected, and we've got some missing values for some of the sides. So my strategy to solve this type of problem would be to first break apart this shape into 2 shapes. So I'm going to go ahead and break this shape up right here. Now I have 2 rectangular prisms. So now I'm thinking I'm going to solve for this bottom rectangular prism first. So let's do the length times the width. The length times the width is 12 times 2, which equals 24. Now we have to take that number and multiply it by the height, which is 3. So 24 times 3 equals 72. 24 times 3 equals 72. So I did the length times the width times the height. I could also just do 12 times 2 times 3. So the volume of this bottom shape is 72 millimeters cubed. But what about this part up here? So let's look at this line. If I want to find the height of this shape, if I know that this side is 10 millimeters, and I know that this part is 3 millimeters, then this part here must be 7 millimeters. So now we have one side, but we need 2 more measurements here to find the volume. So let's do the same thing for this line. If this is worth 12 and this is worth 8, then this line must be 4. 12 minus this 8 equals 4 millimeters. So we have one more line to find. Let's try and find this width here. So looking over this way, if this line is 2 millimeters, then this line is 2 millimeters, and this line is 2 millimeters. So now we have the three sides. We have 4 millimeters, 2 millimeters, and 7 millimeters. So let's do the length times the width first. So 4 times 2 equals 8. Then we'll do that 8 times this 7, which equals 56. So I did this number times this number times this number, which equals the volume of this shape, which is 56 millimeters cubed. So now that I have 56 millimeters cubed for this shape and 72 millimeters cubed for this shape, all I have to do is add them up. 56 plus 72 equals 128. Now, this is capacity or volume, so we know that we need to have our unit as cubed, which is a little 3. So we're talking about millimeters, so I'm going to write millimeters, and then I'm going to give it a little exponent 3 to let us know that those millimeters are cubed.